Welcome, everyone. This training is about creating systems in your business to make you more efficient so you can do more deals and make more money. For those of you that don't know me, my name is David Monroe. I'm a CCIM. I'm the Panhandle District President and Technology Chair for the Florida CCIM chapter. I'm also a CI 102 instructor for the CCIM Institute. Now, a little transparency. I am a brand new instructor for the CCIM Institute. I've only taught 2 classes so far, both online instructor-led, but I'm enjoying the heck out of it. It is extremely fun to do. I specialize in multifamily properties where I broker, I invest, and I also consult. So I've owned and operated a multifamily property management company. I was a franchisee of Sperry Commercial at one point. As a matter of fact, my former partner and myself just recently parted ways amicably, and we are still very good friends. And now I am partnered with Steven Marrera. For those of you that don't know, he was the 2016 CCIM National President. And so him and I are going to build, or are in the process of building, a national multifamily group. And the last thing I'm going to say about me is, as you can tell from this slide, I also work for a company called RealNex. The owner of RealNex became a very good friend of mine when I met him in Toronto, and him and I became good friends, and he's always respected my technology background, and he begged me and begged me and begged me to come work for him, and then finally he made an offer I couldn't refuse. And so you'll see on the slides, and there's only a few slides, this will be the first one, and then we're going to go into actually showing you how to build systems in your business that won't be on slides, and then we'll finish with a few slides. So I do work for RealNex. I just wanted to make you aware of that, but I still want to show you how you can create systems for your business inside of RealNex. So this is the CRM in RealNex, and this is kind of where we're going to live. So when you're creating a system in your business, there are 4 or 5, maybe even more different systems that you can create. Well, what I've done is I've gone in and I've created a prospecting system, a marketing system, a contract period system, so when I'm under contract so I don't miss any timings, and then an after the closing system so that we can stay top of mind with that client. And you can do all that right here within RealNex, and let me show you how we do that. So if I come here to manage timelines, you can see that here are my business systems. You're probably asking yourself, well, why are these considered systems? Well, let's go into the initial contact. So what this is when I bring a lead in, I can attach the lead through this little paper airplane right here to this timeline template, and now it will put all these actions in my dashboard, and this is the timings that they'll show up in my dashboard, so I never miss something for this prospect to try and win some business. So phone call, day 1, we see these first 3, phone calls, social media, connecting, and mailing a prospecting letter, all done on day 1. Then a week later, we're going to follow up. So we have a follow-up call, and now we're going to provide something of value in a week later because we connected with them on social media. Get them to start seeing our name a lot. But it isn't just these timings that's important here. If I go into initial call, you'll see that down here in the notes, I've made this a no-brainer for any new agent that comes into our office. We can put them right in front of these timelines, and it actually has exactly what they have to do. So make initial contact attempt to reach decision maker. Well, if you reach that decision maker, here's the script I want you to use. Scroll down a little further. If the decision maker is reached, here's what I want you to do. If you don't reach the decision maker, leave a voicemail. Well, guess what? Here's the voicemail I want you to leave. And then after you leave the voicemail, I want you to send them an email. Well, here's the email I want you to send. All right, so All these notes that are in here make this a prospecting system so that anybody can step in here and actually be able to perform these functions without even having to think. Same thing on social media. Scroll down here, connect via Facebook and like their Facebook page, connect via LinkedIn and follow their company, connect via Twitter. If they have a YouTube, go follow your YouTube channel. So now, after that, we can send them something of value in the future. Well, here we have a mail prospecting letter. Well, guess what? Here's the prospecting letter I want you to write and mail them. Snail mail, right? So, complete prospecting system. So now we have week 2 follow-ups, which happen, or week 2 follow-ups, which happen 1 week later. Week 3 follow-ups, which happen 2 weeks later. So these are all timings. And it will actually show you, if you launch one of these, it will show you a Gantt chart on what all these timings are, all the way up for 6 months until we have the final phone attempt on the last day. And it even tells the agent that's doing this, again, if you reach them, here's what you do, or here's your script. If you reach them, here's what to do about it. Now, on the last one, if not reached, do not leave a voicemail. Record what you did in the contacts history in the CRM, and no need to create a follow-up. End prospecting effort. So we're going to try for 6 months and then we stop. So this is the system I created for prospecting. So let's look at another one. Let's look at the marketing of our listings. So if I go into this one, we can see that we start with day 1, create a project, attach listing commission agreement to project, whichever one you may have, create property in Market Edge, take professional photos of the property, and so on and so forth. So if we come up here to create a project, we can see it isn't just create a project, it tells you how to create a project. It doesn't just tell you create a property in Market Edge, it tells you how to create the property in Market Edge. So all of these have notes in them that make it, again, a no-brainer for a new agent or even for myself, so I can remember, what do I have to do? I don't have to worry about forgetting anything. I can just seamlessly do the workflow, which allows me to do more deals. So let's look at another one here. Request all due diligence documents. Well, all right, what due diligence documents? And here you go. We want leases, prior survey, condition assessment documents, proof of income, expenses, real estate bill, insurance bills, everything you're going to want so that you can get it all together, so that when you get ready to market this property, when you do your e-blast and you start getting your leads in, that you have everything ready once it goes under contract and you're not asking for all these things after you go under contract. So again, a no-brainer for a marketing system. So if you keep looking down, in the first really week, we have create the project, attach listing, create the property, take professional photos, request all financial documents, due diligence documents, pull the demographics, and as a CCIM, we always do that in Site to Do Business. Pull rent and sold comps from CoStar. We have CoStar, so we're able to do that. Create the offering memorandum or marketing package, create Market Edge website. So if you're actually using our system for the full suite, especially if you're CCIMs who get Market Edge for free, then you can go ahead and create that Market Edge website. It even tells you how to create it in Market Edge. Create our deal room and invite prospects. So that's the first 10 days. And now that we're ready to go, we can actually start marketing this property in the open marketplace. So now, 2 weeks later, we're going to create the listing in Marketplace, send an e-blast from Marketplace, and then over the next 4 weeks, we're going to check the results of this e-blast. We're also going to add listing to all the listing exchanges. So those listing exchanges are listed that I want our guys to do: Crexi, Brevitas, LoopNet, Catalyst, and ApartmentBuildings.com. Of course, we're multifamily. We definitely want them on ApartmentBuildings.com. And then you'll see that we send client listing activity report. That's at 2 weeks. You're going to see that again at 1 month. Send client listing activity report. So as a broker, we always know that we always forget when do we have to send our client that activity report for everything we're doing for this listing. We promised them every 2 weeks or every month or every quarter, whatever it is you had the agreement with, and these are easily editable. Then this will keep it on your dashboard. You can even set it up when you integrate it with your Microsoft Outlook 365, where you can get a reminder the day before on your phone, tomorrow you need to send client report for 123 Main Street property. All right, complete system all the way up to 3 months. It just repeats itself starting at 2 weeks, where we're updating the listings, we're sending the updates via social media, and we're sending the client activity report. And every 4 weeks, we're sending out a new email blast, and we're monitoring that email blast results for the next 4 weeks and following up with those prospects that we get or those leads that come in from those listings. And all the notes explain all that, okay? So that's how you create systems. Well, let me show you one more. I'll show you the other two. The contract period. So this was created for not missing any timings inside of a contract. So you can edit these timings. You just go in here and you can edit when this is due. So schedule property condition assessment. So I'm going to schedule it in 3 days. I want it back in 2 weeks. So that's why we have a duration of 2 weeks. Again, you can edit that. Well, I want a reminder to tell me to schedule this property condition assessment. So I have here, I've got an alarm set for 1 day. So I'll get a ding on my email on my phone that'll say, you need to schedule the property condition assessment tomorrow for 123 Main Street project. All right. And that's how that works. So you can see ordering title, scheduling phase 1, earnest money due, financials due to buyer, leases due to buyer, proof of income and expenses due to buyer, all these at certain timings, all the way up to attach all closing documents to the project record once the project closes, okay? So that way we keep everything nice and clean inside of our project record for the real estate commission when they come calling. At least that's how I do it, all right? And so that is the contract timing or contract timeline or contract system. And then the last one is after closing. So this was a simple one to create. The first one is send the client something valuable, which is commensurate of the size of the commission you just received. So if it was a $3,000 commission, send them a gift card for $100 to Amazon or Starbucks or something like that. Well, if it's a $60 or $80 or $100,000 commission, you better be sending them box seats to the next ball game or something that is commensurate of that size of a deal. So that's just all that says. Then everything else is just quarterly update. So all it really says is find something of value that can benefit the client and call them to stay top of mind. So we're going to send them something of value and then we're going to call them, and obviously we're going to leave a voicemail if not reached. Send an email if you leave a voicemail so they can see your name time and again every single quarter. And I've got this listed out for the next 5 years, every quarter for the next 5 years. You're probably going to end up doing multiple deals with this client. All right. So those are the business systems that I wanted to show you, and you can build them right in here. They're very easy to build, and in a future training, we can show you exactly how to build the template. So if you would like to see the entire CRM, then I do one-on-one demos with you and your team. So all you have to do is click on the Go to David's Calendar and pick a time slot. And I'll ask a couple of questions, make sure that RealNex is really a fit for your company, because it may or may not be. And then we can go ahead and schedule a demo so that you can see the entire CRM in action. Again, I'm David Monroe, and I'm the VP of Sales for the Eastern region for RealNex. Here is my direct contact information. You can also email me at dmonroe@realnex.com or my brokerage email at david@davidmonroeccim.com, and that phone number is my direct line. I look forward to hearing from you. Hopefully we can do a demo for you guys. Have a successful year.